Having completed chapter 2, I want to try to quickly summarize what I have learned. So, I am to control my reactions to ups and downs in life, regulate my emotions about ups and downs and success and failure, happiness, sorrow, and all that type of dualities. I must have full dominance over my desires, attachment, ego, and pride. Thinking about controlling or dominating my ego brings to my mind some of the ways in which we explain that through our mythology. Some scholars say that the serpent, the cobra around Shiva's neck personifies his ego and his control over the ego. His ego is venomous, like a snake, like the most potent cobra. So, but he has completely tamed it, and he wears it around his neck. He has no fear of it. If I want to extend that analogy to other deities that we have, egos are all not equal or similar. A very big man may have very small ego. Very small man may have a very large ego. One woman might have fierce ego. Another woman might have a soft ego. As you can see, what I'm trying to get at, Ganesha, large like an elephant, but a mouse has his vehicle. He controls it. It's very strong. It may be small, but strong enough to carry him. It's a firm ego, but it's tiny that he can easily control. Kali, tiger, symbolizes hers. Fierce, but she has full control over it. It listens to what she wants, not the other way around. Saraswati sits on a lotus. So we can extend that and think in that fashion and understand our egos. So I am to know what my ego is and control it. That's the bottom line. Then what it said in chapter 2 is, I am to do my duty and not worry about the outcomes. Because I am to understand that the outcomes are not just all caused by me. My actions are only a part, a small part of the cause of the outcome. There are many factors involved. So these are the things that I am to do. And eventually, the question is, how do I do that? How do I control my ego? How do I control my pride? How do I detach myself? How do I control my desires? Ramakrishna Paramahamsa gives an analogy. He says, a woman who is just married is completely consumed by passion and love for her husband. She wants to do everything with him. She wants to decorate her home where the two of them are together. She wants to go out to places with him. She's totally immersed in that love, and she wants to spend time with him. And then they have a child. The moment she has a child and she holds that little infant, her choices completely change. The only thing that her heart is consumed by is this infant. She still, for the sake of society and some pity, she still shows some affection towards her husband, but her heart is all in raising that child and that child. And so what is the analogy Ramakrishna Paramahamsa is trying to give here? He says the desires, the attachments, the ego, pride and all that is just like, is the situation just like when that young woman is newly married. But when we bring some divinity into our heart, God, you might call it, into our hearts, all other things, you may still have a little interest, but all other things will not consume you, because God has come into our hearts, and that is overwhelming everything else. Seems reasonable. That's chapter 2. We will go to Karma Yoga, the discipline of action, next.